So good morning to one and all. So from the past 1 week, we are discussed about the electrocardiography. So electrocardiography, which relates the different generation of ECG waveforms, the construction of the heart, and the placements of different electrodes, which are used to record the potentials which are generated from heart. And also we are discussed so different blood flow measurement methods and how can measure the heart rate, and also you can measure the heart sounds, measurement of heart sounds and measurement of blood pressure. So all these are measured, all these are discussed in the from the first 1 week, from the first lectures. Okay, and today we'll see the next concept is respiration system. The next concept is respiration system. So physiology of the respiration system. So the respiration, so how the lungs construction will be there, how the oxygen deoxygenated blood will be converted into the oxygenated blood, and how the oxygen will be, so while taking the air inhale, so inspiring, so we'll receives the oxygen and returns the CO2 by exhale process, exhaling. Okay, so and what are the different volumes of the lungs? So we will see what are the different types of lung volumes and capacities. So what happens if the air is inspired and air is expired? So what are the lung capacities or changes? So that will be learned, and so we can also some mechanical measurements are there. We have some mechanical measurements. So how to measure these lung capacities and lung volumes and capacities of the lung to measure. So we have some measuring mechanisms. So based upon that, we can identify the actual functioning of the lungs. Actual functioning of the lungs. Okay. So by measuring the different volumes, lung volumes and capacities, so we can analyze the lung functioning of the lung and lungs. Okay, so before that we have to see so what are the basic construction of the lungs and the respiration system. So how we will inhale the air and exhale the air. So from there, how we can absorb the oxygen and releases the CO2, and how the gases are exchanges. So in the lungs, so that we will see in this today's session. So the exchange of gases in any biological process is called respiration. The exchange of gases in any biological process is called respiration. So the gases exchange. So in oxygen is receiving and CO2 is removing. So there is an exchange of these two gases in the human being. Okay. So the process is called as respiration. So the entire process of taking in oxygen from the environment and transporting the oxygen to the cells and removing the CO2 from cells, exhausting this waste product into the atmosphere is called as respiration. So it is also called as respiration. So we are taking the oxygen from the environment and transporting that oxygen to the cells, and from the cells we are removing the CO2. So the oxygenated blood is pumped to the different parts of the body. There the oxygen will be consumed by the cells, and the after that deoxygenated blood will be generated, and that deoxygenated blood having the CO2. So that CO2 will be removes from the blood cells. Okay, by removing the CO2 from cells and exhausting this waste product. So CO2 is not useful for our breathing purpose. So it is a waste product. So we have to send out to the atmosphere. So this particular process is considered as a respiration. So this diagram it shows the respiration system. So it is having different parts of the lungs, and these are will be. So here we have a nasal cavity. Nasal cavity. So you can see it is a mouse. So here we have nasal cavities, and here it is the throat, and the center one is called as a pharynx. This entire combination is called a pharynx. So it is a combination of nasal cavity, throat, and larynx. So this is the larynx. So this combination you can call it as a pharynx. So you can remember these words. If you studied, okay. If not, you can remember. So larynx, pharynx, nasal cavity. So okay, and here this is a in the place of the larynx. So it is see here. So larynx. So this is the larynx. So it is also called as voice box. It is also called as larynx is also called as voice box. So it means it is having a vocal cords for speaking purpose. Here we have vocal cords. Okay. So and this larynx is connected to the bronchial tubes. Bronchial tubes through trachea. This is trachea. So trachea is nothing but a long pipe. Okay, it's a tube like structure. It is having a diameter of 1.5 to 2.5 centimeters diameter and having a length of 11 centimeters. Okay, so here this larynx is connected to the bronchial tubes, okay, through trachea, and these bronchial tubes are connected to a lungs. So here we have two lungs. So right side lung and left side lung. So here we have two lungs. So this is the right side lung and this is the left side lung. And Here we have a rib, so rib cage, and below that we have a diaphragm. This is the diaphragm. Okay, so here this is the bronchus. So here we have three types bronchus are see. Here we have so left bronchus. So see here, this is the trachea. Okay, and here we have left bronchus and right bronchus. Okay, and the left lung is having three lobes. Left lung is having three lobes, that is upper, middle, and lower. Whereas for the left lung we have two lobes, lobe LOB, two lobes. Okay, so these bronchus, left bronchus and the right bronchus will be divided into limbs of a tree. So for a particular if you consider a tree, there is branches will develop from the stems. Okay, so like that the branches of the bronchus will be develops. Okay, divides like limbs of tree. Okay, so and these are having unequal lengths and non-symmetrical having, these are different angles, so there is no symmetry for each one, and having different lengths also. So further these branches will be increases. So further these branches will be divides, and they continue to decrease in length. So generally these are uh, bronchus will be divided into branches, and these are called as bronchioles. These are called as bronchioles. And these are having a diameter of 0.1 centimeters, and air conducting tubes are called as bronchioles. See here, bronchioles, and they continue to decrease since they are again to decrease the its diameter size. So initially here it is very high, so after the size of the bronchioles is decreases, the diameter of the bronchioles is decreases, and it is around 0.05 centimeters in diameter, and these are called as terminal bronchioles, and these are called as terminal bronchioles. So this is the bronchial. So here again they will be divided into the small branches, and those are called as bronchials. Okay, and from there they will form as a alveolus, alveolus, alveolus. Okay, so again these are forms as a small alveolus. There is a duct-like structure will be there, duct-like structure. So from here, the here we have a smooth muscle and pulmonary veins. See here, pulmonary vein, pulmonary veins. So these uh, caps alveolar duct and alveolar sac. See, individual is considered as a alveolar sac, and the combination will be called as a alveolus. Okay, the um, from here, the it will connect to the pulmonary venules, and there is a capillary tubes will be there, capillary tubes, and capillary structure will be there. So there is exchange of the gases. So there is an exchange of gases will be takes place. So the blood is coming to this one, red blood cells and hemoglobin, and the oxygenated blood will be received. Okay, and here the exchange of the gases will be takes place. Okay, here we have a diaphragm. So while we are inspiring or inhaling process and exhale process, so this diaphragm will be takes a movement. Okay, so while inhaling, while inhaling, this diaphragm will be moves upward direction, while exhaling, this diaphragm will moves the downward direction. So this diaphragm will separates the lung system and the digestive system. So when you take more food, so it will be forms. Okay, it will be makes upward movement of this diaphragm. Okay, so like that also you can observe the diaphragm movements. So the whole process of inspiring and expiring the air, exchange of gases, distribution of oxygen to the cells, and the collection of CO2 from the cells is called as pulmonary function. So the blood circulation through to the lungs is considered as pulmonary circulation. So similarly, the pulmonary word relates to the lungs. The pulmonary word relates to the lungs. Okay, so the whole process of inspiring and expiring the air, exchange of gases, distribution of oxygen. So after receiving the oxygen, it will should be distributed to the cells and collect the CO2 from the cells, and this entire function will be considered as pulmonary function. Pulmonary function. During inspiration, fresh air enters the respiratory tract, becomes humidified and heated to the body temperature. Okay, so by inhaling the air, it enters the respiratory tract. Okay, respiratory tract and becomes humidified. So some sort of wetness will be occurs, and heated to the body temperature. So that air is heated to the body due to the body temperature, that inhaled air will be heated and mixed with the gases already present in the trachea and bronchi region. So and that is mixed with the gases already present in the trachea and bronchi region. So trachea and bronchi region already 20 gases. So this air will be mixes, and oxygen diffuses from the alveoli. Oxygen diffuses from the alveoli. So alveoli is nothing but, so this one. So these are nothing but the alveoli. So combinations. So number of. So this like a structure, networks type of structures will be there. So these are called as alveoli. Okay, and there the air inhaled air will be diffuses these alveoli structure. Okay, alveoli structure. And to the pulmonary capillary blood supply, whereas CO2 diffuses from the blood to alveoli. So there is a capillary will be there. So capillary, so that capillary will connects this lungs system and the blood transportation system from the heart. Okay, so from the heart, the pumped blood from the right ventricle will sends to lungs. So their lungs will be absorbs the lungs will absorb the oxygen from the atmosphere and removes the CO2 from the blood. It should be sent outside. So in in such process, we have to use the lungs, and lungs here, the gases which are present in the blood will be present in the this alveoli, and there is a exchange of the oxygen and CO2. After oxygenated blood will be sent to heart. So the oxygen diffuses from the alveoli to the pulmonary capillary blood supply, whereas the CO2 diffuses from the blood to alveoli. So alveoli is nothing but a junction point. So there the inhale oxygen will be exchanges with the blood, and the CO2 which is present in the blood will be changes returns to the alveoli. Okay, the oxygen is carried by the lungs and distributed among the various cells of the body by blood circulation system, which also returns the carbon dioxide to the lungs. Okay, the oxygen which is carried by the lungs will be distributed among the various cells of the body by blood circulation system, so which also returns the carbon dioxide to the lungs. Okay. Same the